Have you ever found yourself frustrated, mad, or angry that something didn't turn out the way you wanted? Or perhaps a project failed because you didn't have the right materials for it. Or maybe you rushed into something new and it ended up falling apart. There are many times in life when you rush, there are many times in life when you will face trials that test us in new ways. And if we do not have skills based on strong foundations to respond to these trials, we will be left worse than when we started. As a baker myself, I have found that many of the skills I need to face everyday challenges can be gained from simply making a chocolate chip cookie. When a person dedicates their time and energy into learning to bake, they not only gain a yummy skill, but they also gain perseverance, personality, and patience. In this speech, I will look at how the assembly of a chocolate chip cookie and adding the mix-ins and the final stage of baking them can lead to these much needed life skills. The first point of the speech will be to look at the collection of the ingredients and the preparation for the recipe, and how bakers can learn the art of perseverance as they begin the process of creating a chocolate chip cookie. If a baker finds that they don't have enough butter or flour, they will go out of their way to find the ingredients they need to complete this process. They may find it at a neighbor's house or a grocery store, but they won't give up until they find that much needed ingredient. Similarly, when we face trials in our life, we cannot give up. You must take a step back and find a way to fix it. It may lead to create some creative solutions that involve others, but it will be worth it in the end. No baker will tell you that they regret going a little out of their way to find the right ingredient for their bake. When you're baking and adding your ingredients, if you find that some ingredients are not mixing well, first you take a step back and you ask yourself why. Maybe the butter isn't soft enough, or there's too much flour in the mixture. Whatever the problem is, you find a way to fix it. Perhaps you need to melt the butter a little bit more, or just add some more wet ingredients. Whatever the solution is, you keep going. If you were to restart completely, you would lose lots of valuable time and resources. It may be easiest to restart completely, but often there is a simple solution just waiting to be found if you just take a step back and look at things with a new perspective. Once you have overcome these starting challenges, many bakers face another important decision: what they will add to make the cookie unique to themselves. When it comes to creating chocolate chip cookies, there are endless possibilities for different types of mix-ins a baker can try. Just as each baker has a unique personality, so it can that each cookie with a little exploration. When making a chocolate chip cookie, the first mix-in that people will most commonly go for is the milk chocolate chip or chunk. However, there are endless possibilities that you can add to a chocolate chip cookie. If you limit the mix-in to just milk chocolate, you will miss out on maybe trying butterscotch chips or peanut butter chips or mint chips. It's okay to branch out and try something out of your comfort zone, giving yourself a little wiggle room and just trying something new. Everything we loved was once something that we didn't know of or even like. So perhaps by taking that little risk and going and adding those chocolate chip or those mint chocolate chip cookies, you'll find something that you love and that you can add a little unique trait to your personality. Always keep in mind that what you know will harm you, whether you are allergic to peanut butter or something else, but don't let it limit your capabilities. It's okay to go into new, unique situations with a little hesitation. It's even natural. Just as a baker takes, or just as a baker bakes cookies unique to herself, God has created creation to be explored and expanded, and He has created creation to push us and to form us. And so when we let God's creation to push us and form us in these new ways, we can have a new and unique personality, one that we can just use for goodness in this world. Now that you have added the mix-ins and learned about personality, the next step is to put the cookies in the oven. The moment you put the cookies in the oven, the wait begins, testing the patience of the baker. Baking can be a delicate art. If you rush the cookies by raising the temperature too high, you risk burning them and just having to come out inedible and a mess. If you rush the process and peak before it's time, you could end up ruining your product and being disappointed in your impatience. You must have patience when trying new things. If you try and force it, it won't come out anything like you want it to. When I first started making chocolate chip cookies, I found that it was hard to wait the listed times. There were many moments when I let my impatience push me to action and I ended up ruining the cookie and it came out gooey and unedible. However, as I've grown my craft and learned to be a better baker, when I've waited, I've had cookies come out a perfect golden brown around the edges with a nice gooey center. In conclusion, from the assembly of the ingredients and stirring the dough, to adding the mix-ins and putting the cookies in the oven, from beginning to end, you will learn perseverance. Your personality will be expanded, and you will learn some patience along the way. Although you may not create the perfect cookie, the knowledge and the skills you gain from trying far outweigh anything you could gain from avoiding the kitchen. So, the next time you have the urge for something sweet, don't be afraid to put on an apron, get out the mixing bowls. Not only will you gain a delicious treat, but you may learn some valuable life skills along the way.